G'day everyone, I'm Griff and welcome to the third instalment of the team previews for BBL SuperCoach 2025. Today we'll be looking at the Brisbane Heat. I'll just give a quick rundown on all the players and then I'll give my predicted 11 and some other thoughts about the team in general. But yeah, I'll keep it quick as we are getting closer and closer to the BBL season. I'll start with Spencer Johnson, out for the year, so if you have Spencer Johnson in your side, trade him out, but should be a good option next year when he's had a nice discount on his price. Shaheen Afridi, Pakistani pace bowler, he's been around forever, he's a star. Absolute must-have for round 2, in my opinion, when they have their double. But I won't be starting with him just because he's 150k and I don't know if I would field him in the first round with the way my team is currently set up, so I just don't see any reason starting him rather than trading him in next week. Got Marnus next, who also won't be playing until later on in the comp, as he's with the Ashes squad. Renshaw, I've got batting at 3, and I do think could be a very solid option. I haven't really made my decision around who I want to go for from the Heat as far as batters are concerned yet, but it'll be good to get a look at Renshaw, McSweeney, Munro, all those guys in the first week, because I think those will be their top 3 batters, and I think it could go really anyway with who scores the best out of the lot of them. Usman, Ashes, same thing as Marnus. Bartlett, I have in my side, and I think at this price he's an absolute lock. If you want to trade him in round 2, I think that's fine as well, but for 130k for a guy who's been 50k more than that maybe the last couple of years from what I remember. Yeah, absolute lock. Next we've got Allsop, who I have batting at 4, and for that reason, honestly, he's an international batter. I haven't done any research into him. I'm just not really considering him, so I don't see any reason to put the time in to find anything out about him, which is maybe an oversight on my behalf, but you guys let me know if Allsop's one that I'm missing. McSweeney, as I said with Renshaw before, could be a good option. Probably not my preferred out of him, Renshaw and Munro. Probably the one I like the least, but he's put some big scores together before, so don't want to rule him out completely, and if he's hot in round 1, who knows, could come in. Munro had a shocker season last year, was in my side for a fair bit of that, but I wouldn't be too worried about picking Munro. I'm not going to start him. I wouldn't advise anyone to start him, but if you want to trade him in round 2, I see no problem with that. He played in, I think it was an English T20 comp recently and seemed like he did pretty well, so yeah, I'm not too worried about last season. I think that was just a bad season for him and we can write it off. Max Bryant has gotten better the last couple of years, but he'll be batting at 5 or 6, I think, so no reason to go there. Jimmy Pearson, I don't have in the starters at the moment, but could see him coming in at some point. I just don't think he's relevant for the start of the year. Nice is the big one who I've just taken out of my side. He's back with the Ashes squad. I think, obviously, if he's not named for round one, you wait a week and see if he's named for round two. Um, if he is named for round one, he will find his way back into my team. But I think that'll really depend on his, well, first of all, the injury status of a few of the other Ashes players, but also just how he's performing as well. Whether they want to keep him as the backup to Cummins when he's back, or whatever they want to do. Um, so yeah, a bit to play out there, but for now, I've taken him out of my side. Kuhnemann, I have also taken out of my side, which is nothing against Kuhnemann, but I'll explain who I've swapped him out for in a moment. Wiebken, don't know much about him, but I'm not interested at all. Batting at 5 or 6, maybe gets a couple of overs, but I really don't know enough about it, and nothing about his role sounds enticing enough to me to really push me over the edge there. Wildermuth is the next one. So Wildermuth is the player who has entered my side for Kuhnemann, and that's just purely due to the news around Nisa. My issue with Wildermuth was that I thought he was the fourth pace bowler in that attack, and I was worried about him losing overs to someone like a Renshaw on a more spin-friendly deck. But I think if Nisa's not around for the start of the season, then Wildermuth at 58.5k is an absolute lock. As horrible as he's been in recent times, he has put together some good seasons before, so I don't think you can rule him out completely, no matter how much bad history you have with him. Lucky Hearn's another one who has been touted as someone who could come in, but until I see that with a good role, I'm not anywhere near that. Vidler is not available, I'm pretty sure. Possibly an injury. And then Patterson's one who I could see playing if Nisa is out to start the season, but he's another one that I'm just not confident enough in the role of to go for, even at the very, very low price of 39.5k. And yeah, that's it. I'll jump into the predicted 11 now. Okay, this is my predicted 11 for the Brisbane Heat. I've got Munro opening the batting with McSweeney. I think Renshaw could open the batting as well, but I think this top three is pretty fluid. I'd say Munro is probably the only one who I assume will definitely open. Renshaw at 3, Allsop at 4, not interested in that role. Bryan at 5, same there. Same with Wiebken at 6. Wildermuth at 7. I think this is the other thing about the pick with Wildermuth, is that if he does come in at 7, it's just another string to his bow. And at 58k, it's just a very, very scary fade if he does get this role at 7 with no Nisa in the side. I've got Bartlett at 8. He's a lock for me. Afridi, same as well, also a lock as far as I'm concerned in the double. And then I've got Patterson and Kuhnemann at 10 and 11, assuming Nisa's not there. And that's it, really. I did just want to talk about what happens if Nisa does come back from the Ashes squad. I think Patterson clearly comes out and Nisa moves up to 7 or 8. But I think that is enough to make me second guess the pick of Wildermuth if he is the fourth pace bowler in that attack, especially just with how bad he's been the last couple of years as well. I would love any excuse to get him out of my team, but as it stands right now, he's in there, so cannot fault the pick as much as I have in the past. Yeah, I'll wrap it up with that, but thank you for watching, and I will probably be back tomorrow, and if not, very soon, for the Sydney Thunder. Thanks, guys.